Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Oh my God, Mr. Z, you haven't posted in a day or two. What have you been doing? Other stuff. Yeah, I've been doing other stuff. Trying to do the Instagram and trying to do other partnerships. So I am going to do other partnerships, do more reviews. One of the founder of Tool Seeker, starting to become a good buddy of mine. And then plus I was just dealing with some other ridiculous stuff. I supposedly found someone else that I was going to review, and obviously the founder turned out to be, let's just say, very unprofessional. So either way, the guy was just basically saying, "Oh, you're being an influencer. Oh no, that doesn't count or anything. Or what you're doing is like you need to know hard facts and everything." Okay, if I need to know hard facts, then why is it that 5 or 6 people I've done other reviews? Why are people reaching out to me? And then this and that. And if you talk to all, no, you don't, as they say. Okay, so that means PewDiePie, when he's at the stage, at the fact, he needs to know hard facts about all. No, he didn't. The guy's so big that people literally send him, companies literally send him sponsorships every day. Jenna Marbles, before she retired, when she started off, she was doing makeup and everything. Literally, people like L'Oreal Paris and like Garnier and all that type of stuff used to send Jenna Marbles like every day, or like new stuff that's not even on the market. She didn't know hard facts. Yeah, she knew a lot about makeup because obviously the majority of her following were women. Obviously because the majority of women wear makeup, but like, no, she just liked makeup, and after she and then, or Linus Tech Tips, another good dude. He knows stuff. Obviously he worked in the industry, but at the same time, he has a big following. People like Intel, AMD, all these people send him stuff. But again, people like that, I just laugh because I know they don't know what they're talking about. Because as they say, if Linus Tech Tips or any of these people say product's terrible, it's terrible. It's amen. It's gospel. There's no argument. People would just get rid of it right away. Or an Instagram influencer, or I don't know, I'm new to the Instagram type of perspective, or whoever, an ex-influencer, someone like, I would have to say, who would like, who are one of those big ex-influencers? I find retards, or he's a big ex-influencer. He's actually funny. Or DC Drano, or whatever it could be. Any of these big influencers. I'm just giving names, or like, and obviously there's that's just those are just two examples. But if they say something's terrible, they have it big enough, and people don't even use it because they have such a big following that's it. It's amen. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. But it's just funny that like people still think that no, it's amen. And people know it. Like, I've seen many times all these influencers even say this is not a good product, or even bigger people on YouTube. Like, I'll give them some examples. But they said, then people just, myself included, I stopped using it. And then I just searched. I did some research too, but like, I figured out why they didn't want it, because they weren't such a great company. So again, I'll probably be reviewing that maybe later on down the line. But yeah, it's not that great, to be honest, as they say. But again, it is what it is. I don't really have time for people like that, because as they say, like that's great. You're talking all this type of nonsense and you're calling me out, but again, I already have reviews. I already have them on my channel. I already have the stuff on my Instagram. I already have stuff on my X. Like, I just don't, as they say, I don't pretend to be an influencer. I am one. I'm not pretending. Like, no, all these reviews, I'm doing them because I want, obviously, people to figure out how to do it, because obviously AI is now exploding. Other guys go, oh, this and that, and it's like as they say, like the guy claimed to be all this. Oh, I have like a big AI that's like chat. It's not even like ChatGPT. It's basic. I have something else that I'm working on actually at the moment, but like I might show it maybe later on or when it's finished. But I have some other models maybe I'll show. But but it's a lot better, trust me. And definitely I looked at his stuff and it's not even close to ChatGPT. But again, like as people like just as they say, the thing about that is that these are the people who are still trying to manually code stuff and do all this type of stuff, and they're like, they feel like, oh, I have no, bro. By the time you're trying to finish 2 lines of code, I've already made 10 shorts, a YouTube video. I made a website or 2. I've done some AI photos for some other. You get the idea, but that's what I'm saying. Like these are so they like to talk big, but in reality they're not, and they're not. So, and plus I've already, let's just say, shown the conversation to some of my other contacts, and I'm saying, holy Christ, man, you're right. Like the guy just likes to talk a lot of stuff, but they're actually proving that they're doing it. Well, of course, so as they say, I forget. Oh yes, I think it was Tony Robbins or someone else said, if you're not going to beat someone who's super passionate and super dedicated. And this is always what I wanted to do. Like I'm not pretending. I'm not this. I don't. As they say, like I know I'm good, and that's what I'm saying. People message me. So, but aside from the update, because as I say, I haven't updated because I've been doing all that type of stuff, and obviously this is getting popular, the videos and everything, and other type of stuff. But okay, so this is the other version. So I did the GPT version of it, and it wasn't too bad. It's not as fancy as the GPT version, but I would have to say it's a little bit more detailed. So this is so I did the cafe already, and now I'm doing like how we do it on DeepSeek, just to compare it. So if we're looking at it here, okay, so here's a template. I think it has a little bit better of like a motto, and then obviously a tagline. So hold on, give me a minute. Just trying to switch screens. So obviously your cafe name, and I think it has it's a lot more detailed, I think, and it's getting down to the nitty gritty compared to like a simpler version of ChatGPT, where it's very simple, but like this is like, okay, so for pioneers crafting meals, who are people who work out, and then obviously you have like proven by like other like influencers and all that type of stuff, science-based. Every dish is a masterpiece of organic food, locally grown, versus the ChatGPT version, where it's like, okay, it's nice, you have some influencers, but it's not as detailed. That's what I like about DeepSeek. It tries to analyze and tries to go into the nitty gritty. Like as I say, if you want extreme detail, I would have to say go with DeepSeek. If you want like the most detailed type of stuff, DeepSeek Quen or any of the other like I guess agents to a certain degree like this, like if like the Chinese, but if you want more of an artistic feel and you want a little bit more flair, then I would definitely go with GPT. So obviously core offerings, cold pressed juices, superfood smoothies, teas, organic coffee, pre-workout shakes, creatine, keto and vegans type of stuff, wholesome foods like superfood bowls. So like in other words, like superfood would be like kale and all that type of stuff. Dense salads, gluten-free desserts, and then obviously then you have some other type of stuff like Buddha bowls, empanadas, and then as well at the same time, maybe you want to have like a cheat day or something like that. You're like, okay, you know what? I've been going hard to the gym. I've been doing type of stuff. you know what, I want to enjoy myself. You know what, I don't want to feel guilty. I might have a beer, or I might maybe have like, some chocolate or something sugary. I don't eat it all the time, but you know what? I'm working out, I'm doing well. A beer or like a chocolate cookie won't kill me. And yeah, obviously you can try to eat, but like it's not going to kill you. Maybe every once in a while. But now if you drink it all the time, then well, maybe not. But so obviously here it is again. The target audience is obviously fitness influencers. There you go, the word influencer. So yeah, like even on Reddit, people just are just like, oh no, this is not gonna. Again, bro, like I said, who would be a big fitness influencer? Tony Horton, the guy who did P90X, a former fitness. Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of the original fitness influencers. Yeah, he took steroids, obviously. Everyone knows that. He was on the juice, and that's obvious. Like, everyone knows that bodybuilder, you can't get that big, obviously. They know that, but, like, he would be a fitness... Well, he's an actor now, but, like, at the time, like, yeah, he would be... In today's terms, he would be a fitness influencer. Jenna Michaels. That's another one. She's... I'm not too sure if she still does stuff, but... yeah, same thing. You get the idea. All these types of all these swimsuit models and everything. They're fitness influencers because obviously, to have a nice body like that, you got to eat right. You got to eat healthy. You can't. You can't go to McDonald's every day, obviously not. You have to work out consistently. Yeah, maybe you can enjoy yourself every once in a while, maybe have a beer or something or whatever it might be. But like that would be an influencer. Like all these people, these fitness models. Yeah, now they're called influencers because they be man or woman. Or obviously all these underwear people, like or Mark Wahlberg was Mark Wahlberg's pretty jacked and ripped, but like the same thing, but like that's what I mean. You got to eat out. As they say, you're not going to go to McDonald's and say, I'm going to McDonald's every day, but no, obviously not. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm in some of the like other like Discords and everything, and all of them are saying, yeah, we're looking people to influencers to promote our product. That's what I'm saying. So again, all these people who are saying that, oh, it's not gonna, like, it is. That's how you promote products. Yeah, obviously you get some inside type of stuff, but like the internet's so powerful now. Like they wouldn't be putting this in the outline saying that you need influencers or you need to have an online presence if it wasn't important. If you truly think that nowadays that you're gonna get somewhere and do it old school and try to talk to people. A lot of companies now, I remember, this is before I actually started the influencer thing again. I was doing this before it was even called influencer, when it was just called YouTuber, even before that, stuck in your mom's basement. Twitch and everything around the 2010 to 2013 era, I stopped, and then now I'm back at it again, but like, I remember all this. Didn't take too much, but oh no, this is never going to take off because back in my day, no one fucking cares. So, but yeah, and after now, that's what it is. Like everything's on, and people say, oh no, this is not going to. Now all those people are replaced. Like, okay, why am I going to spend $20,000 on a marketing firm when I can just partner with an influencer that has a big enough following, or building up a following, depending if it's something new. Like AI is very new, so obviously maybe you might have a couple of thousand or a couple of hundred people. But now let's say, okay, so why am I going to pay a marketing firm when I can just partner with Tony Horton or Jenna Michaels or a swimsuit model or Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that, like who have a lot of people following them. And obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger used to be a professional bodybuilder. So why am I going to pay a big marketing firm to promote fitness when I can just partner with someone like that? and then they'll get the message out a lot faster because they have millions and millions, even billions of people who follow them across obviously multiple platforms. But still, you'll get a lot more people buying your product than maybe a couple of hundred people maybe with a marketing firm. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what, you're not going to get far. People who think that I'm sorry to tell you, but people calling me crazy and delusional. You're the crazy and delusional person, because while you're doing all this, trying to talk to people, doing a big song and dance, all people now have to do is just post on Instagram or do all these other things, YouTube, whatever it could be, or Twitch if you want to get some live type of stuff. Yes, there's YouTube Live, but Twitch is a lot better in my opinion. It has more of an established algorithm, and obviously it's built more for that. And then get a big following. By the time you do talk, as they say, by the time I've already pumped out a lot of other stuff, and someone could have watched my video, or someone really big and say, you know what, we want to partner with you, just by doing a video, or just by doing a live stream, or just by posting on X or Instagram or TikTok. So that's what makes me laugh. So it's laughable, because it's just like, bro, you don't even know how powerful this is now. Like that's what I'm saying. If influencers weren't that important, all these companies up and coming, and obviously Coca-Cola wouldn't be partnering with people on YouTube and everything, and they are. So people who are saying, oh no, you're the one, and then in the next couple of months you're just going to be replaced. No one's gonna, someone might look at their type of stuff, or as they say, that's what lots of people are saying, don't rub an influencer the wrong way, because they can just change their mind on their review, say something's really bad, and then that's kind of done. But again, going with this, back to what I was saying. So you got all the juices, so cold pressed juices. So obviously, another thing would be organically. It's organic and it's local. I don't know. I think it depends on the place, organic and local, because not everything's organic and local. I think it would depend maybe on Europe, because the regulations are different. But now let's say you go to China, or you go to America. That's probably not organic and local. As they say, how are you going to feed 350 million people on organic and local? How are you in China, over 1 billion people? How are you going to feed over 1 billion people on organic and local? That's freaking impossible. I'm sorry to tell you. It's not happening. Japan, Thailand, they have India, all these places, and obviously Asia and Southeast Asia. How are you going to feed that many people on organic and local? That is literally impossible. So yeah, a lot of stuff would be genetically modified. It wouldn't be GMO free. I understand that lots of people are big into that, and obviously it's understandable, because the less toxins you put in your body, the better. But how are you going to feed 350 million people or 1.5 billion people on organic and local? It is literally impossible. That's just a fact. It's literally impossible. Custom fuel plan. So obviously each meal is tailored to your specific needs, and you also have detox programs. Every dish is visually good, so obviously good aesthetics. So good lighting, everything. Obviously it needs to be visually appealing. As I say, a dish can be the best dish in the world, and I talked about this with the Michelin type of stuff. But if it looks terrible, it could be the best food in the world. It could taste I'm talking about out of this world and have the best flavors. But if it looks terrible, you're not going to eat it. And that's any person. I don't care. Oh, I would. No, stop lying. You wouldn't. And obviously, So obviously they try to keep the kitchens clean, make sure that obviously there's no germs or cross contamination or anything that could get anyone sick, because obviously then we have a whole problem. This person got me sick, and then something has to get put off the market, and then you get the idea. So target audiences, obviously influencers, yoga enthusiasts, all that type of stuff. Health focused tourists. Yeah, I guess maybe certain people who aren't influencers, but maybe they just want to keep in shape. And obviously, professionals who are obviously, again, you don't have to be an influencer. You can just be a personal trainer. Maybe you don't want to do Instagram, or maybe you work at, I don't know, like Good Life Fitness or something like that. So there can be that too. Obviously, so locations and audiences. So obviously, so the prime sports. So business hubs near gyms or tourist landmarks. So like this would be a good place to set it up. Design, Scandinavian minimalist interior with lively walls, recycled wood accents, and cozy nooks. They try to have free Wi-Fi to foster a nice, productive, and relaxing space. So many highlights. So obviously mango, turmeric, coconut milk, and pineapple. The green glow, so spinach, apple, and lemon. So some superfood bowls. So an Aki Power Bowl topped with granola, chia seeds, and seasonal berries. So obviously an organic latte or tea. Gluten-free desserts, vegan cheesecake. And obviously some balanced indulgences. So as I say, you don't have to feel guilty, this and that. Maybe it's your cheat day. Maybe you want to have a beer or something and enjoy yourself. So and then maybe on the weekends, maybe you want to enjoy yourself, have a beer, and then on Monday to Friday you work hard. That's understandable. So why choose us? So obviously influencer approved, nutritionist approved. Obviously people review it, health professionals, all that type of stuff. Free Wi-Fi and wellness workshops. They try to not waste food, make sure that obviously it's not going to contaminate people. Marketing strategy. Oh wow! Again, it's like it keeps on mentioning it. So again, that's what I keep on saying. People who actually say that influencers, I don't need to be an influencer, I'm already influential, but yet I literally have to go and talk to the head of Good Life Fitness, or I have to go talk to the head of Nature Valley, that's an actual bar actually, or whatever it could be, or I have to talk to whatever, or LA Fitness, or whatever it could be, any fitness place. I have to talk to them, but I already have influence. If you have to talk to the person, it means that you have no influence. You know what it means when you have influence? That literally the person's contacting you. There's a difference. If you walk into that gym and they're saying, "Oh my God, you're Jose Romero, or you're Ronald Hernandez," or whatever it could be. I'm just making up names. "Oh my God, I already know who you are. You're this big guy. You always talk about fitness. Oh my God, you're at my gym. Do you want to partner with me?" Or that guy sends him a message on Instagram or X or whatever, or LinkedIn, whatever it could be. That's when you know you have influence, when the person's reaching out to you. So that's what kind of makes me laugh when people say, "Oh, all these people." No, so if it's so terrible, then why in this marketing plan that you're talking about it? So it's kind of laughable when people say all this type of stuff. But seriously, the reason I'm saying it's laughable is because you're definitely not running your business properly in the 21st or 22nd century in that type of perspective. Like, if you're not on the internet, you're no one. I'm sorry to tell you. If you're not always posting on Instagram, if you're not doing it, and even that, imagine from GPT, even on ChatGPT, I did it, and all of them even said ChatGPT partner with influencers, and then DeepSeek. Obviously DeepSeek's a lot more detailed, but when it comes to stuff like that, there's no difference. So nutrition, so go with influencers, loyalty, rewards, and programs. Obviously, like you've been a long time customer, so you might get 50% off a product, or maybe you'll get like a free smoothie or something along those lines. Pop-up events. So like a pop-up event would be like let's say you're going to do something at, like, there's a park opens, and then all of a sudden you're going to do a certain event in the park to get more people to maybe sign up or something along those lines. And that would be a pop-up event. Or there's a new mall, and maybe you want to open up that gym at the mall, or something along those lines. So revenue streams. So what would be a good idea for revenue streams? So so obviously Uber Eats, DoorDash, Glovo, Skip the Dishes, all that type of stuff, or somewhat of a catering service, because now people are always on the go. Maybe they don't want to walk. Maybe your place is an hour from them, and maybe they're not in the area, so they want it delivered to their house. So maybe you partner with DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, Glovo, Uber Eats, stuff like that, so they can get it delivered a lot faster. Or a catering service, so maybe you can cater certain things, or maybe you have your own in-house type of people with your own drivers and your own system. Subscription boxes, so as I said, weekly meal plans, creatine powders, like a loyalty program. What merchandise? You have merchandise, you have bottles, you have t-shirts, stuff like that. And what's your commitment? So obviously local partnerships, if you can do it to a certain degree, because as they say, Europe is different, but in America and China maybe not so much, but you can try to pull something off. Maybe partner with a grocery store or something along those lines. But obviously in Europe, then yeah, because it's more organic and they're more health conscious to a certain degree, because as they say, their populations aren't so big, like 1 billion or 350 million people. Maybe that has a lot to do with it too. And then obviously order and connect. So order online, Uber Eats, Glovo, through your website, free delivery on anything over 20 euros. And then obviously visit us at your address or your website. And maybe in Europe you might call, because people like to call, which is very strange nowadays. But in America you wouldn't even put a phone number, because people would just connect with you on X or something, or like a live chat or something along those lines. And look at that. Follow us on Instagram. Facebook is very irrelevant nowadays, so I would maybe have a TikTok or maybe a YouTube, and obviously on X. So thank you for watching, and obviously I needed to give you an update, because obviously it's been like a day or two. So obviously I'm not consistent. So obviously if I'm not, like, something might come up or whatever it could be, or stuff like that. But again, there's that. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Mr. Z out.